I joined Lab at first, and in 2018, back in February 2018, I went to TNC. It was my first time at TNC. And I went there just kind of on a whim last minute and talked to some of the sales reps there about the Certified Partner Program. And I didn't sign up there, but I took so much from it that it gave me an opportunity to really kind of understand. And at that point, my agency was very, very new. So it gave me time to understand what DM was, get familiar with some of the tools and the systems. And then eventually, a few months later, I took the leap because I saw the community. I saw, the extra component of what the partner program, and I started to speak to a few other partners, and everything was positive. Every single person I spoke with was positive. How it helped their agencies, how it improved everything they were doing, and so I finally took that leap, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made in business. When as I mentioned, it was in that when I went in February 2018, I was really new, and I had a couple clients, and that was really it. And at that point, I was just kind of figuring out if I was even going to be an agency, like where my next step was. I had a couple businesses in the past that I did real well with, and I was looking for those next steps. So when I joined, or finally decided to join the Certified Partner Program, I was around 20,000, 22,000 a month. I had like an employee and a part-time employee, and it was just starting to move up a little bit, but it still felt like I was scratching and clawing. And I actually joined in September of 2018, came to training day in October of 2018, doing about 22,000 a month. And in November of 2018, I did 48,000 that month. And from there, it just kept on going. And it was a lot of what I was able to take from TNC, the partner program itself, the training day, and then just the community. Just being part of the community at that point, where I was able to start, reaching out to other agencies that were in my shoes or had been in my shoes, and were now, kind of did it themselves, where they started to implement and grow. And I was able to really see it, and the vision started to kind of come in place. So a lot of what the new revenue, what it came from, was a lot of it honestly was confidence, right? So when you have a system behind you, when you have the tools behind you, and other people have put this in place, it makes it so much easier to convey that to leads and to clients, and then also charge more for it. So it was the same thing. Like a lot of the stuff I was doing before that, I was just trying to get in the door. I felt like, all right, I just need to get clients. I need to prove results. But now I had a system that I knew was going to work, that I was able to charge more, and I knew that the value was there, and I was able to confidently convey that, and was able to get more clients and charge more for my services. So after that period where I actually had the opportunity, where my revenue increased quite a bit, started to implement a lot of the tools, the systems, and the training, and also a lot of what those in the community, because I had a lot of conversations with those in the community, what they were doing, and worked with a lot of those in the community as well. I got to the point where I actually continued to grow, built out my team, and had a unique opportunity and put in some systems I had in my old businesses, plus the systems that you learn in the Certified Partner Training. And I actually had a couple agencies reach out, to larger agencies, to acquire my business. So in June of 2019, I actually sold a large chunk of my business. And I actually took, and so a lot of what I was able to do and able to take from the training program, the community, just the general DM, kind of structure, I was able to take that and create a business that had value. So they weren't buying me anymore, right? It wasn't me that was running an agency. It wasn't a single person that was doing all this stuff and making a little bit of money. I actually had something sellable. I had value, right? They bought my system. They bought my book of business, which had a lot of value, and they bought something that they were able to integrate into their business that wasn't just an individual that might be able to just walk away. The first thing that a new hire does is goes through the certifications. And depending on the position, we usually start with 2 or 3, depending on what they're going to do, and they can expand upon it from there. And I actually pay beyond that, right? So for the initial one is part of training. So they usually have 2 or 3 that's very specific to their role, what they're going to be doing within the agency. And if they want to keep going, then I actually pay them to do that, and they get bonuses for each certification that they pass. And that allows us to just have such a base and an understanding and a knowledge, and it also allows a larger pool. Because you have something that's so specific and something that we are working on in such a kind of a standardized way that we're delivering and we're able to convey, and the vernacular and everything, that they might not have any digital marketer experience or any marketing experience, but we can put this in because it's so clearly defined and it's so systematic at that point, that once we put them through the training and then we just allow that to flow into our deliverable, then it makes it such an easy onboarding process from a new hire, and it creates a great culture. Implement. It's so going to TNC, going to the training days, watching some of these training days, seeing the unbelievable amount of content that's in the various courses, depending on what level you're at. It can be overwhelming for sure, right? It's drinking from a fire hose. We hear that a lot, but figure out a few of the things that are missing in your agency. Where are the gaps that you need to fill? Focus on those and take a few key points at little by little, and put those in and implement those. Don't try to do everything. It's just way too much, right? Don't even try to do all the certifications. It's an unbelievable amount of stuff. Focus on the stuff that you're already pretty good at, and this will take you to the next level. The other side of that, the other thing I would add is get involved with the community. Reach out. If you have some other partners that are local to you, meet them, spend a lot of time with them. I have 2 other partners that are very close to me. You'd think that we're competition. We're not. We work together on multiple projects through the year. We do workshops together, and we've grown together. Work with the community. There's just a lot of great people in there that want to work with you. So I'll tell you a real quick story. So when I went to San Diego in 2018, I had a really, it's just one of those things in life. You had a feeling that you're walking to something that's kind of life-changing in a sense. And I know that might be a little bit dramatic, but it really isn't, because I knew I made a last-minute decision. I knew that I was on the cusp of trying to figure out if I was actually going to build an agency or some other opportunities. And when I got there, you just see what's happening, the buzz, the feel, everything that's going on around just digital marketer in general. And when I stepped out of that, even though I didn't become a partner that particular day, when I stepped out and left and I took the flight home, I knew what my future was. I saw that, right? And I knew I was going to be a certified partner. I just needed to get a few things in place. And it was literally what changed the course of my agency. I firmly believe that if I did not take that leap, that I either would have just decided to move on to something else, or I would just plateaued at something that would have been very frustrating, making a few bucks and trying to figure out what to do next. Anybody who's thinking about being a partner is kind of on the cusp right now. I can tell you one thing: I've been a partner for 15 months or whatever it is now. There's not a single person that I've spoken to who has said anything negatively about it, who's been in the community, has backed out. As far as I know, all the people that were here 15 months ago, I still speak with today, and they're still so positive about it, and look forward to every event, every workshop, all that stuff that DM puts out.